to another video. This is the Football Connect and I am your host Sam, and we are talking new news that are just developed from Barcelona, but it's not what we expected or what we told you to believe that was going to happen. It seems like Messi has decided to, not Messi actually, but Messi's agent has decided to go back and stay with Barcelona. It's really crazy how this transfer window is turning up, how people are being promised on some things and things don't go exactly the way people are expecting it to go. But that's part of the news that we're going to cover today. At the same time, Sanchez has just reported something that is going to shock the world about Manchester United. Can you believe? I will cover that as well. And at the same time, Liverpool, Gini Ronaldo, we still wait to see what is happening because the reports are saying that the deal is done, but we haven't confirmed that. But before we go anywhere far, guys, I would like you to click the subscribe button and click the like button for this video, because we do these videos every day and we give you the transfer news of whatever that is happening all over the world. So the biggest news of today is that Messi and Barcelona still together. So out of nowhere, out of the bloom, Messi has decided to stay with Barcelona. So I was like, wait a minute, aren't we not the ones who were told that he's not taking any chance but going? And 3 days back, the father was like, my son is leaving Barcelona no matter what. That was exactly what the old man said, that his son was leaving Barcelona no matter what. Now we're being told that he's staying. So I was like to myself, okay, doesn't really make sense, but okay, let's try to take it, okay, and try to understand what is happening here. Why would a player waste all this time and all this information that he has been sharing with a lot of people about going out and just turns like that? So, okay, what are the possibilities? I'll read on the articles later. Or let me just read the article, then come back and explain what I'm thinking. So, I think the Evening Standard, is it Evening Standard or the Mirror? I'm not really sure. Let me check. Yeah. Messi considering a Barca U-turn. Lionel Messi could spend another year at Barcelona before leaving in far easy circumstance next year. The Argentine made his intention clear last week when he expressed the desire to leave the Camp Nou. After leaving the club, he would have been almost 20 years in providing difficulty, with Barcelona demanding that £632 million release clause be paid in full. That is so there is a full story. We'll cover that as we move on. So let's talk about something here. Okay, I don't know, today from one of the fans of United who was forcing me to watch something, a documentary on YouTube. I watched the documentary of the class of 42, class of 1992, or is it called the class of 1999? Because that's when they won their treble. So I watched the point when they were in the games, like in the beginning, where Schmeichel had told the coach, the manager at the time, they say Alex Ferguson, that he was leaving. This season was his last season. And I watched the games that they played. I think I say maybe 5 games that they played after he had broken that story. The whole club of United were affected with what the news that they'd received, that one of their players who was a goalkeeper and who was their rock at the back was leaving. They were really affected, but they bounced back because say Alex Ferguson, you can say he's a genius or something. He was able to build his team and he was able to prepare it for whatever they were going to face. So that was the class of 92, and they were only losing a keeper in 1999 before winning the treble. So I was thinking, there's Lionel Messi, who made his intention felt by the whole world, that he is leaving the club no matter what. So I wonder what will happen is exactly now that the player is saying that he's leaving and he'll be going to, he wants to go to Manchester City. That's what we're meant to believe. So I wonder, how is the Barcelona dressing room gonna be like after he comes back for next season, that Barcelona has forced him to stay. He doesn't want to be there, but he has been forced to be there by Barcelona and his father. I'll explain the reason why I'm saying his father. By Barcelona, who has forced that he remains at the club. At the same time, what else? They forced the DJ by all means that he doesn't go. He had made intention clear that he wants to leave no matter what, and that's what we knew was going to happen. So, do you think the dressing room will function well next season of Barcelona after being told their biggest star is leaving, a player who's been with them for 20 years, and because he's a captain, he has to be the one who has been actually motivating some of the players to be who they are, to prepare for the league and whatever that is happening. What do you think is going to happen next season if he remains at Barcelona? This is going to be a crazy moment. Then also my other brain was thinking that maybe this was a hoax in the beginning. Maybe Barcelona and the Messi were like, let's break out the biggest scandal of the stories ever in this world. Let's say that Messi is leaving. Let's see what the media will take it, how the thing will take it, and try to benefit with the war that they've been doing. I don't know exactly, because now we are curious to find out what's going to happen to Messi and Barcelona if he remains at the club. That's the curiosity that all of us we have now at the moment after he said that he's staying. So I wonder what's going to happen. That's me, I'm thinking there. At the same time, do you think individually the player, if he's going to be in the club for a full year where he doesn't want to play, is he going to be the Messi we know? I don't think so. If he really wanted to leave and they stopped the move, I don't think so. I don't see that happening at all. At the same time, there are a lot of things to consider in the story. There are a lot of things to look at exactly in the story. How is it going to play out, and how are things going to play out? I wonder. We have to keep our eyes and our focus on this story to see how it will develop. But that's the story we are hearing, guys, that Lionel Messi made a shocking U-turn. Oh, I might say Lionel Messi's father, because it was only day one of the meeting that they had with the Barcelona board, or the representatives of Barcelona, and he comes back and he's saying that I think Lionel Messi will be staying, he won't be going anywhere. Messi for next season, that's what he has said. That are the rumors. At the same time, they're having the second meeting today. Maybe right now as I'm speaking it's happening. So what is exactly happening? Because a few days back, Barcelona board made it clear that they are not going to be sitting down in the board to talk with any Lionel Messi's representative if they're talking of the player leaving the club. They made that so very clear that that will never happen. Now that is no longer going anywhere. What is going to happen? There are a lot of stories to actually find out how this will develop. So we're going to have to keep our thoughts and we have to keep our mind and see whatever that is going to happen. But guys, do us a favor. Click the like button, click the subscribe button to help this page a lot as we do all these transfers. I want to hear your thoughts on the Lionel Messi issue. Do you think that this was a hoax that the club and the player had planned to play around it just to see what the world thinks about Messi leaving Barcelona? Or do you think that it's actually legit that the player wants to leave, but the club seems like they want to deny him a move out of the Camp Nou? At the same time, what's going to be next after this story is actually broken through? What's next for the club, and what's next? I wonder, where are we going next after this? That's all the thoughts that I'm thinking right now. Do you think Barcelona will, by any chance, even represent themselves in any trophy that they're going to play for next season? I wonder. Those are all the questions we are asking ourselves at the moment. We don't know how this is going to play out. We just keep our eyes and our mind as we wait to see the developments of the story. But these are the thoughts that we are being told, guys, that there is a U-turn, that Messi has decided that he doesn't want to leave the club. Not has decided, he has been convinced by Barcelona that he shouldn't leave. But at the same time, it wasn't Messi who was convinced, it was Messi's agent. Messi's agent is his father. Now this is what I was talking about, the father. Me in my life, I know that my father, in a way, no matter what, he has an influence that he can influence in my life. Mostly, especially if you're a footballer, because 90% of the times we know that all fathers love football. So, what I was wondering is this. It means that Barcelona got to the father. What did they promise the father for him to be talking about Messi not leaving Barcelona? Because now he is the one who has to be convincing Messi that he should not leave Barcelona now, even after he went and did all the deals with Manchester City. So this tells you, if you're a young footballer who's rising up, no matter how much you love the old man, your father, never make your parents or your brothers your representatives as a manager or your agent. It never works very well. Look at now what is happening here. If you have somebody who knows nothing about you, something can actually come out of this thing. Now Messi has to say, because his father could not represent him very well in the Barcelona meeting. And I would like to imagine this was what Messi was like saying before the father went to the meeting. Maybe it was like, yes, Dad, this is what we want. Tell Barcelona that no matter whatever they're going to offer, whatever they're going to say, I am leaving Barcelona this season. Then they had their plan, they made their plan, and they went for this deal. Now the father has to come back scratching his head saying that, oh, that move, I don't think it's going to happen anytime now. How would you feel as a player? I think that's going to affect the player a lot more than we think. I think he's going to fall from grace. I don't think he's going to get the same love he used to get from the board or even his teammates. At the same time, because the teammates will be like saying, you made it clear that you want to leave. And if you're going to be with us, it means you're not going to be there with us for such a long time. So why should we be doing as much as we can on you, focusing a lot on you? Because you are not part of us. You are leaving us anytime soon. So it's really crazy. These are just our thoughts in this situation. We don't know what is happening here. We have to keep our eyes and keep looking at whatever that happens and every change that will happen. But as we always promise, the Connect will keep you updated with any latest that is coming out, either rumors or actual legit stories. Because we have other rumors and other legit stories of whatever that is happening. So it's just interesting. I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. Put there in the comments. Tell me what you think about this Lionel Messi issue and Barcelona saying that there's a U-turn that has actually happened. The player is no longer going to Barcelona. It's really crazy how these things happen. It's really crazy how this situation and these stories can just change in due time or in no time. It's actually scary sometimes to think about. So we'll wait and see. We'll keep our eyes, we'll keep our mind, we'll keep our thoughts and everything in this story. Because I think as much as that saying there's going to be a U-turn, I think it's still far away from over. I feel like it's still far away from over. We have to wait and see whatever the developments that will be happening and whatever the changes that are going to happen in the story. But that's it. Let me move on to other stories because we have other interesting story to cover today. So that was the Messi story. So the other news is coming from Arsenal. Arsenal offered a Henderson. Arsenal could make a shock move to West Ham midfielder Misfike Felipe Henderson. I prefer calling him Felipe Henderson. Following speculation that he has been offered to the Gunners on loan in return for a 5 million fee. The 27-year-old Brazilian attacking midfielder has flirted to defensive for the Hammers recently and has fallen out of favor from David Moy. We talked about this yesterday. That's why you can even see the time. It's actually late. So let's move on to other new news. Napoli confirms Coffee interest. So Napoli president Adriano has confirmed that the club is working on a deal to sign Scotters from Arsenal. The Greek football defender has struggled for game time this season following the arrival of Mikel Arteta, William Saliba and Gabriel Menges, who have I didn't know the surname of William. Oh my God, have both been added to the squad in recent weeks following it is set to push Scofield further down to the pecking order. A move to the centro Paulo would now be a card for Napoli chief, labeling the 32-year-old as an option. So that's what is happening. Seems like Arsenal are about to lose one of their long-term defenders. Whenever I think of this guy, I always remember the game that we played at Anfield where we won 5 goals to 1 or something against Arsenal, when Firmino made them all fall down by scoring those 3 goals. I remember the game so well. It was the day the season we finished 1 point away from the team that took the league, which was Manchester City. So that's the information, guys. Let's read what is happening with Suarez. Juventus to pay bonuses to secure Suarez. Juventus are looking to seal a cut price deal for Luis Suarez, but only paying Barcelona performance relation bonuses. The striker has been told he can leave Camp Nou by the new boss Ronald Koeman. Suarez could be one of the biggest catalyst of what is expected to be a mass overhaul at Barcelona. Juventus are looking to benefit her. However, Andre Pirlo looks to shape his squad, having taken over this summer. So that's what is happening, guys. That's the new information. Suarez seems like he's really set to be going to Juventus. As you can see, these are the speculation we are hearing. Seems like the player will be playing at Juventus this season. We have to wait and see what happens, but that's the new information we have. I just wonder, why is that? But it has been the story for Juventus for the past 5 years, 3 years, I think. They buy old players who are no longer exactly, who have fallen out of grace from their clubs and expect to win the Champions League out of that. Woo! You keep dreaming for that. You keep dreaming. So we'll wait and see what the new boss of Juventus has in mind, what is planning for Suarez and other players, and what is going to happen next season. That's all we think right now at the moment. So let's move on to the next issue. Andy Robertson have made Messi. Andy Robertson says Liverpool made the decision for Messi, made Messi decision. And Robertson admits Liverpool have ruled out even trying to sign Messi, given that it would cost to bring him to Anfield. The 6-time Ballon d'Or winner Messi has heavily been linked with a move away from this Camp Nou in recent weeks after growing disheartened in Spain. Manchester City are the front runner of the sequel, signing him for the signature, given that the manager by Pep Guardiola and can afford the Uruguayan edge outline. Liverpool, meanwhile, have not been linked with Messi, and the Robertson fan and the Reds fan are only ones of hoping that the club were considering signing the world-class player. And Robertson has now suggested that to put bed once and for all, that there's nothing that is going to happen between Liverpool and Messi. I don't see that happening, and it will never happen, so it's just a waste of time. So as it has been said, just to clear things. Coventry have signed Ben Shelf on loan from Arsenal. Good for you. Okay, this is big news. Brewster loan to be blocked. Jurgen Klopp, or Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp, may put the block on Ren Brewster being loaned elsewhere for the first half of the season, according to Football Insider. Brewster spent the second half of the last season on loan to Championship side Swansea and caught the eye of many with his goal-scoring talent. First-team football may be limited for the 20-year-old, with the likes of Roberto Firmino, Divock Origi ahead of him in the pack order. However, the report states that Jurgen Klopp has now made up his mind and we will not consider letting Brewster leave the club on loan this summer transfer window. So that's very good news for the youngster. Another chance Klopp is bringing this. Remember last season, Klopp had put all his trust on Brewster, but it wasn't exactly yet for him to deliver. So seems like the Red Boss has put again his trust on the youngster and is hoping that this time he delivers, unlike last season. So we'll wait and see what happens, and we'll look at the things as they go through. But at the moment, that's the story we're hearing, guys. So tell me your thoughts. Do you think it's a good idea? So it means we are not going to sign any forward this season. What is going to happen? We will wait and see as Liverpool transfer news keep happening, the speculation and rumors. We don't have a lot of rumors like any other football club elsewhere in this world. So let's wait and see. Okay, Barca prepares Ronaldo bid. Barcelona are preparing on a bid for Liverpool midfielder Gini Ronaldo, according to reports in the Telegraph. Former Holland boss Ronald Koeman is just appointed as Barcelona's new manager and is keen to bring Ronaldo to the Camp Nou, having worked with him at Netherlands. The Dutch midfielder has a year remaining on his current deal with the Reds and has made it clear that he would favor staying at Liverpool. However, the 29-year-old contract situation is still in the air, and Liverpool may be expecting a bid in the coming days. Okay, so I was watching Kopish today. I think you know Kopish. They were talking about something that was actually interesting. They were saying, let me try to remind you. They were saying they were talking about the Philippe. Is this no, not Philippe. They were talking about the relationship between Mohamed Salah and Dejan Lovren. That if Lovren could leave Liverpool, it might force Salah to join. But the club that Salah went to cannot be the club that actually Deja would follow. With the club that Deja Lovren went, it cannot be a club that Mohamed Salah could follow. But at the same time, they were saying something that was interesting. They were saying that now where Barcelona, now we talk of Barcelona, where Gini Wijnaldum went, he could be one of the players who can convince Virgil van Dijk to go to Camp Nou. You see how quiet I just went for a sudden. I know it's something that we cannot expect it to happen, but it can be a possibility. It can be a possibility because we have seen many players forcing each other to go to another place. So what can stop him? And right now, Holland boss, I know with all his hearts, he wants a player like Virgil van Dijk in Camp Nou. At the same time, Gini Wijnaldum could be the way in for him to get Virgil van Dijk at Barcelona. It's actually hard to actually think about. So this is the situation, and Liverpool just failed to sign a contract with the player. He's 29-year-old, 30 next season. Liverpool are talking about the age and how much they're not willing to give him whatever he's expecting, but I think this was something that we should have seen in. I would have loved Thiago getting in Liverpool with the Gini in Liverpool so that it becomes a two-way thing. But now it has to be Gini out, Thiago in, and the difference between Gini and Thiago is that they don't play the same role. So what's going to happen is not actually like a replacement of the midfielder. We are losing one and we are just putting another one. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but that's the situation at the end. Who's going to be Virgil van Dijk's friend now because that Gini Wijnaldum is leaving? It's really crazy. It's actually frustrating to think about. But we'll wait and see what happens. Let me hear from you guys. What do you think? It's just me giving up my thoughts and whatever that's going to happen. I'm expecting your feedback to come very soon. Reds consider a move for Sevilla's Carlos. So this is the second time in a row. I did read this one yesterday that the Reds were one of the clubs that were interesting, but the money that was said for the player, it is what that I thought it can never happen in this deal, that we can never get Diego Carlos this summer. Because let me talk about, their saying is around 66 million euro, and Liverpool are failing to sign Thiago Alcantara, who's around 30 million. They're saying that the finances are down unless one person goes out, we need somebody to replace. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't see that happening. I think Liverpool needs to sell somebody for that deal to be done. And they have to sell somebody who's going to put a lot of money to the club. Sadio Mane. But I don't want money to leave, and money cannot ever leave Liverpool. So those are the situations that are happening right now at the moment, guys. So we don't know how the situation will play out, but that's the information we're being told, guys. And let me hear your thoughts on the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to share it with your social media friends, guys. It helps the page a lot, and it helps us to grow. So we'll wait and see whatever that happens, but that's the issue that we're being told right now, that Liverpool are thinking of bringing Diego Carlos from Sevilla to Liverpool. We wait and see. Alan leaves Liverpool hotel ahead of Everton switch. Alan has been pictured in the Titanic Hotel in Liverpool ahead of completing a move to Everton. The Napoli midfielder flew to Merseyside on Wednesday after saying his goodbyes to the Serie A club. He is expected to pen a long-term deal with the Toffees after he completed his medical on Thursday. So that's the player. That's the player. I know nothing about it, but it seems like by the end of next week, the club would have completed at least 2 or 3 big deals. That's how the situation are looking like at the moment. But we'll keep our eyes on it, guys, and we'll tell you everything that changes. But at the moment, that's what we're being told. Let's see what happens with the situation, and we'll tell you more as time moves on. Okay, guys, I have to disappear. I have some visitors here. We'll be talking to you later. There are other information we'll cover later on. So